Good afternoon on what is a cool, bright and sunny day. It is Friday the 25th of November and I'm in the reading nook with a nice hot cup of tea. And a box to continue unboxing. Now, I've already pulled out of here. I have already pulled out of here this, which is the player's guide for Zweihander. So what I've got underneath in the box is the surprisingly heavy Zweihander fantasy horror RPG starter kit. So everything you need to play in a beginner-friendly box. Zweihander is an award-winning cooperative storytelling game set in a medieval fantasy world. It teaches starting gamers how to create their own fantasy characters who will embark on adventures filled with intrigue, mystery, and supernatural horror. What's inside? One rulebook for creating characters, one rulebook for running the game, Secrets of Swansea feature-length adventure, 6 high-quality polyhedral dice, folding Game Master screen, folding art poster and village map, 13 character profession folios, 9 fortune and misfortune tokens, 18 sliding condition trackers, 72 clue, injury and spell cards. So that's quite a well-appointed box, which accounts for the fact that it actually weighs quite a bit. It's probably one of the heavier starter sets that I have unboxed. Doesn't feel quite as dense, certainly not as dense as something like the RuneQuest starter set, but nevertheless, let's have a look inside. Plastic off, let's just split that properly. So off comes the plastic. And this is just got slightly shiny, catches the light like that. And pulling open the lid, so nice sturdy box, nothing on the inside. Some role-playing game starter sets do make use of that inside there. So there's the dice, got a nice set of dice. And below that we've got all this. So the first of which is the player's guide. Now I've already shown you the player's guide because there was a copy of it which came separate. So I'm not going to go through that again. You can have a look at that at your leisure. But underneath we have the first of these, and these are the character folios. So we have, what have we got? I'm just going to show you one and just go through them. So what we've got is the, let's go look at the Barber Surgeon, because that's what looks to be an interesting one. So Zweihander is, can best be described as a Warhammer Fantasy roleplay, OGL, kind of retro clone. It uses sort of like the mechanics and style of the game, but is not specifically set in the old world or written for the old world of Warhammer Fantasy roleplay. It is instead sort of like a generic fantasy medieval setting rules, which you can then take and develop for your own setting if you want to do grim and perilous role playing. So we've got these folios. We've got complete background on the Barber Surgeon, you know, and sort of like we've got like the physician with his mask. And descriptions of sort of like professional traits, talents, determination, talents, and so on, and starting trappings, and then space for his abilities. And inside we have a full character sheet, you know, space for all the equipment, and then behind it we've got, on the back we've got a list of all the actions that he can take and their costs. So we have, so 13 of these. The first of which is the Etherealist, which is a type of magic using character, and then below that Bounty Hunter, Bravo, Charlatan, Chosen, Gambler, and all of these have got, they've been illustrated twice. You've got a male and a female sort of version. So there's, you've got plenty. You've got further choice there as well. Investigator and Jester. Pugilist, Reeve, and that's basically a bandit or a highwayman, sellsword, and then smuggler. And again, all of these have got their own traits, and you're going to be rolling up the stats and so on beforehand. This is not entirely sure how this is the damage and peril trackers. I'd like that to have been a bit sturdier. Okay. Fortune points. Really big fortune points. And then on the back you've got basically the double sided. You've got fortune points and misfortune points. Injury cards, modern injury cards with the details on the back as well. So, yeah, so a whole sheaf of those cards. So that's nicely appointed. Again, black and white, but I mean, the thing is, what's important there is the fact that, this isn't colour, and it's intentionally not in colour because it's meant to be like the original Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay came out in 1987, 1986 and so on, so lots of black and white artwork. We've got the generalist magic spells as well, so on the back, some on the back, spell cards. Clue cards, basically that's for the scenarios. So get quite a lot packed into this. Yep. Poster. And basically a reprint of the cover, which is nice. So nicely appointed. Quite impressive so far in that regard. Below that, we have another poster. This is a poster map. This is double-sided as well. So you've got one marked with the location of the city. So I just can't. I'd literally have to sort of stay on the next garden at this point to show you everything. But if I show you on the other side, you've got everything, just there, but not named or anything. So that's quite nice. And I'll just show you sort of like excerpt, so you get a feel for it. Below that we have our bell map, locations marked and then unmarked, and you've got and then full tankard map. And it's going to do that all those, so things like the dockyards drawbridge map. And these are really kind of nice. I like these. And what's great about these is that sort of like they can be used in most places. They can be used again, over and over for different adventures. And then Vauxhall Manor Station. I have a problem with possibly eventually Vauxhall. I'm not entirely sure that's a modern. Possibly that's not a particularly modern word. Sorry, not a particularly period word. I think it's too modern. It might actually be. It might actually mean station. And we've got a screen as well. So there's his GM screen. And then Game Master Secrets. So Zweihander. More of the and the artwork in there is fantastic. It does evoke the style of Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay. If you have a compare this to the style in the original rulebook, you'll see, you know, it's very similar. You know, so got an introduction to the game, a guide to running the game. You know, this is the equivalent of the player's handbook. You know, player's book earlier. Your responsibility as a game master. At narrative themes, outcomes, ending a session, handling the session, so on. Structured narrative time, handling combat disease. So this is really extending from what's in the player's handbook. So the game master is going to need access to one as well. And then we've got sort of essentially a theorist invoke chaos manifestations table. And then chosen, provoke, divine retributions. So basically tables that you know, you're going to roll on when your spellcasting player characters fumble their rolls. Rules for handling corruption in the game. Handling horror, fear, withstanding horror and terror, so on. Essentially, the darker side of playing the game, because it's a fantasy horror role-playing game. And then Secrets of Swansea, and this is essentially taking you straight from the start. You know, session 0. Start here, work your way through, and then we've got the NPCs. And then things going on in Swansea. So this is the setting as shown on the poster. And we've got an adventure flowchart as well, which, you know, I'm only showing you in passing. And then we've got the back to deck onto the boat again. Nicely done. And just like very simple breakdowns of the different scenes leading you through the adventure. All the way to the chapter house of the martyr and beyond. Illustrated again with this really great artwork. It's fantastic artwork. I do like the artwork in Zweihander. And then there's really weird cave. And then following that's the first scenario. Then we've got an expanded bestiary, more creatures. Again, nice illustration. Can't help it. There really are good illustrations, and so yeah, you've got bats and the leaders of the Fulci cult, Hermasti spirits, mastiff dog, a refugee, Beowulf, villager. So not an extensive bestiary, but enough. Walking Dead, then a weiryak. And then witch hammers, acolytes and familiars. Fanatics. A list of all the traits. And the maps, all the locations, and so on. and then just sort of like listed the sort of like the injuries and so on, just for further reference at the end there. So yeah, and then the rest just time for notes at the end, notes, and then we've got a poster for further books in the Zweihander line. So yeah, that's everything for the Zweihander fantasy horror RPG starter kit. And we're going to put this all back because just to make it easier. A very well appointed set. Yep. And we're going to put my. So yeah, that's the Zweihander fantasy horror RPG starter set. It's published by Andrews McMeel Publishing. I think it's really very well appointed. You get a good adventure with plenty of sessions out of that, and get everything started with it. And it's all looks very well explained and very well, and basically, you know, laid out and illustrated. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this unboxing in the Nook. If you have, then please do click on the like button down below. And of course, if you got any comments or feedback, appreciate you taking the time to post those. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to get more unboxings in the Nook, where you'll see me out here with a box containing a book or game, or in this case a starter kit, which I will unbox and chat about to the best extent of my knowledge for roughly 10 minutes or so, all of course accompanied by a nice cup of tea. Then please do hit that subscribe button down below. Once again, thanks for watching another unboxing of the Nook. Be back again soon with another one. Bye for now.